Welcome to Some Awesome Games, I'm Rob. If you enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe for more Mortal Kombat X. Today we're talking about the game and what I think of it. So far we've played through it a couple times and we've done the story and all that. I've been enjoying it. I'm actually surprised at how good this game is. It may actually even be the best Mortal Kombat game I have played in a long time. Like, we still hold the original game. I think Mortal Kombat Trilogy was my favorite one. That was always up there. There's so many characters, a lot of fun, fatalities, crazy moves, all sorts of things going on. And then Mortal Kombat 4 came along and it kind of like spiced it up with you could move around, rotate the map and that. And after that, it kind of just fell into this just a regular thing that came out. They were Mortal Kombat. And it wasn't until like number 9 that they started spicing it up with X-ray moves and that. And we had a whole issue here in Australia with Mortal Kombat here, where it was all banned and it was very graphic, and it got censored. Well, actually, no, it was straight up banned. I don't think it was censored. It was just straight up banned. We couldn't get it. And then it came out when we got a new rating, but that kind of tainted the Mortal Kombat experience. But now Mortal Kombat X, I gotta say, I've kind of been in love with this game. This is so much fun. I haven't enjoyed a Mortal Kombat game in a long time, and this one has just re-sparked what I love about Mortal Kombat. It is very violent, it's graphic. The moves are ridiculous, the characters are ridiculous. The story is actually pretty fun this time around. It's the usual story, like you got Shinnok and Raiden and his gang are trying to stop him. There's no Shang Tsung, that's all done and dusted. So we're fighting Shinnok, we're trying to stop him. We've got some new characters like Kotal Khan and the new generation. We've gone and everyone's had a kid and that kid has grown up. So the story takes place over like several decades. So they have kids and of course they've grown up and they're like the new set of fighters who will probably replace them. They may, like, we might not even see Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade in the future games that come out. But they've got new like Cassie Cage and Jackie Briggs. They're all very like unique, but they hold the characteristics of their parents who are also fighters. So you kind of like mash together Sonya Blade and Johnny Cage into Cassie Cage. So she does have moves that are very similar to Sonya Blade, the military style, but also with the kicks and the like the green aura around her of Johnny Cage. And she has the attitude of both. She's very like firm and strong, but also kind of childish and amusing the way Johnny Cage is. So this all, like, if you follow through the story, it's a very short campaign, but it's very good. Like, it's pretty much like a movie. You're playing through a movie. Every now and there are quick time events. So that was an annoyance in the story for me, because you'd be watching a fight and be like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Like, it was well directed, like all the shots and stuff were very like cool. So you were enjoying all these fights, and then it'll pop up like mash A or push X and push Y. You're kind of like, oh man, I just want to watch. Let me fight when we have to fight. So that was kind of annoying. You'd always have to be like really focused and have the controller in your hand. You couldn't just like put the controller down and be like, all right, ready for the next fight when it pops up. But the fights are good. They introduce all the new characters, explain why their moves are the way they are. So like Kenshi has a son and he's trained up by Scorpion. So that explains why he has kind of a mix of Kenshi style and Scorpion's little what do you call it, spear, the dart spear. So it's good that they've gone into the story and explained why these characters fight the way they fight. And it's so much fun. The X-ray moves are great, they're very easy to pull off. The fatalities are graphic as ever. And once again, they're very easy to pull off, the fatalities. And the combo list tells you how to do them once you unlock them in the crypt or perform them previously. So the crypt is back, of course. You can go in the crypt, buy a whole bunch of things with your coins with a K, and find new costumes, concept art, all that. One thing is with the crypt, there are timed things. So you have a little clock down the bottom that cycles through a time. It's not like a race. You don't have to race to an area to find a chest that will appear at a certain time. You can stand there and let the time cycle through and then it'll reset. and you can get that chest again if you spied it and you're like, oh, there's a chest over there, but I missed it, damn. You can sit there and wait and it will reappear and you can open it up and get something special. Like example here, 2,000 coins, blam, lucky us. But the story was good, as I said. I was actually really surprised with the story. The fighting is solid. There is several types of fighting styles, so each character has 3 variations of their fighting styles, which is unique to them. And of course, costume changes. One thing to note though, there's like a good roster of characters. We've got old characters and a bunch of new characters who are basically spawns of previous characters, plus some new enemies and stuff in there. And of course, DLC characters such as Goro, and then Predator and that coming. I don't think Predator and that is going to be worked into the story anyway. Like, that's not going to be... Don't, like, freak out. Like, oh my god, how is that going to work? I think they're just there for fun, obviously. But, speaking of story characters, there are a couple that you do fight who are not on your roster. For example, Rain. You'll fight Rain, but he is not a selectable character, which is kind of a... Is that a big tease? Is that like, oh, these are coming in DLC and Frost appears in the game for a brief moment? So they've muddled up these characters. Will they be future DLC content? Probably. I haven't found them in the crypt. I've opened a lot of chests in the crypt. I've made a lot of coins. And I haven't seen anyone mention this, so they must be DLC upcoming characters. Which, I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of like they're in the game. They have their moves. They have fighting against you. Why not put them in the roster? Kind of a douche move, but as I said, this might be one of my favorite Mortal Kombat games ever, if not my favorite Mortal Kombat game ever. I enjoyed the crap out of it, so I highly recommend, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan or a fighting game fan and just want to have a bit of fun, go and pick up Mortal Kombat X. Survivor Endless Opponents. I'm thinking we just do the 10 opponents. Just a classic fighting. What character do we want? We've got Scorpion, Katana. I might go Kenshi. Kenshi is I